to go grab something real quick, so we have a second while we let people tune in. Hopefully, we got the word out today that we were doing a live. I'm very excited. There we go. I see it. Perfect. Josephine's back in the room. Come on over, Josephine.
I'm back.
We're live streaming with the people. It is Thursday. We are not stitching today, but we have some fun in store for you, don't we?
Yes, we do.
What's the wonderful holiday right around the corner?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, and we love our mommies, our grandmothers, stepmoms, all the moms out there, mom figures, and some people who might tune in are like, Melissa, Josephine, I'm not making anything for mom. Well, it's also spring, and the perfect reason for spring flowers would be Mother's Day, but also the spring season. So we have some fun projects, a really great announcement. If you have been on our social media recently, you'll notice that we are doing a huge giveaway, and we're very excited. The drawing was for this whole week, and we will be doing the actual prize drawing tomorrow, so you still have today to enter. We'll talk about it a little bit more, and I'll tell you how to enter to win shortly. But we're going to keep you hanging on that one, so we have some people tune in first before we give away all the details. And we'll kind of chat about what we're doing today. So we wanted to go live. Obviously, if you saw our mention, want to tell them about the collection?
Yes, the blooms.
Yeah.
They're a 3D 4-layer element flower.
And they are by Stephen Wilson's studio. Now, this series just dropped on Steve's side of the company earlier this week. I want to say Monday he made the announcement. And for Anita Good Design, we are for the first time ever doing a giveaway on one of those prizes, which is an art piece customized for you. And we'll go into the details of how to enter to win later. But I want you to stay tuned if you're watching so you can get that information, and we'll tell you all how to do it. It's super easy. But on that note, since we've been talking about blooms all week, we thought this would be a fun opportunity to discuss 3D flowers. So when I chatted up Josephine, and if you guys are on, please comment, say hi. I have the computer over here so I can see anyone who's tuning in.
I'm going to plug in the hot glue gun.
Hot glue gun. Oh yeah, I need to plug it in. We are doing a craft today. So we decided what would be a beautiful Mother's Day gift to give someone or create. And we still have a couple, I think, 2 weeks till Mother's Day?
Yes.
So we have some time for you all to stitch so you can still make this kind of project. But what we're featuring today is actually Stephen's Flowers from our Signature Series Volume 3. This is a beautiful art book. And Josephine and I were chatting about Mother's Day project ideas, and she said, what about like a bouquet of flowers? So do you want to tell them a little bit about the project and then give them the kind of rundown of what we're doing while I will monitor our comment section?
So I was deciding, since my mother lives so far away, and I know your mom lives in Florida,
yeah.
It would be nice to send them some flowers for Mother's Day. So since we can't send them real flowers, because I don't know if they'll make it alive, we'll make some 3D flowers.
Yes.
So we have some of the flowers on no-show mesh, and then we have some on the wash away.
And that's two different ways of doing flowers. So we wanted to kind of talk about both, because a lot of times when Anita teaches 3D flowers or dimensional flowers, we tell you to use wash away. But you actually can get the same results doing a no-show mesh, right?
Correct.
Cool. So what's the difference when you're cutting or trimming those that you would notice?
So one thing, if you do use the wash away, it is nice because once you finish washing them, you can kind of mold or form your petals.
Yeah.
To kind of give it a little bit of body, compared to just your cutaway or the no-show mesh.
Yes. We didn't bring stuff to rinse, did we?
No.
It's the one thing we forgot. That's okay. We can always trim and not do the rinse today.
Yeah, that's fine.
We might show you on a little reel or story, post the rinsing later. We know everyone loves watching the rinsing. But really, this is like the assembly and showing how the files are done. So when we look at Signature Series Volume 3, I wanted to flip open the book and just kind of show them. Obviously, all the florals were done with really pretty original artwork. So the book has beautiful detail shots of that. Obviously, some assembly shots of Steve working on the pieces in studio. But the thing I'd love to point out is that all those beautiful art pieces you see by Stephen Wilson's studio, he's basically giving you guys the opportunity to make your own version of those by providing things like the 3D flowers and fun videos like this on how you can kind of join things together and make your own custom project. So the first thing I want to show off are these really cool votive bags. So this is collections that Anita has on our website of projects you can create with embroidery. So we have a few different ones. I think these were all the Mother's Day ones.
Yes.
Obviously, perfect for the occasion. And then this was our Southwestern plant cozies, Anita's Express. So a little bit of a different Southwestern look to it. Very cool. Do we have the phone camera hooked up? I can kind of show some detail there. I know everyone loves seeing detail. So there's like our Southwestern plant cozy. You'll kind of notice it has like a vinyl lining in it. The tutorial will go over that for you. So if you've never made a plant cozy before, very basic sewing instructions, but they're created kind of like quilt blocks and then just kind of sewn together. Martha, I saw your comment. Hi, Martha. We love when you tune in.
Martha.
Happy Mother's Day. Again, this one was treated with vinylized material over the cotton. So we did like a clear transfer vinyl that goes onto your fabric. And all of them make them more water resistant for plants. So very cute. Obviously, they have that stippling on them. Happy Mother's Day. We love this one too. I like the folk design on it.
Yeah. Really
so pretty, and the red just pops. So, and they do come in different sizes. So we have like this little guy here too. So you can try different scales, obviously different color palettes. And so Josephine had the idea of kind of taking one of these, and we have a little bowl in one of them, right?
Yes, I brought in one of my
show you that there, a little planter. Whoa, so cute. And so I'm going to set the phone down now, and we can kind of go into the project. I'll let you explain all, because this was your baby, so I'm just here to help moderate.
So I pulled a few of the designs out of the Signature Series flowers, and I stitched them out. So you are going to need, for the wash away, you're going to need 2 sheets of wash away, 2 pieces of organza, and of course your colors for your flowers. And you can create them whatever color you like to create them, and some scissors to cut away.
Yes.
So once you do cut them, it does give you the placement stitch, so you're gonna cut really kind of close to your...
Here, I'll show them up close so they can kind of see. When you've stitched them, they do stitch in one hooping. So for example, this sunflower was all ran in one hoop, and the file has all 3 parts in one design.
Correct. And then once you start cutting them, you're just gonna get really close to the satin stitch. Just close enough that you're not cutting the satin stitch.
Yeah, so here I got little pointers I can kind of show you guys. So we have that outline bean stitch that kind of gives you like a nice raw edge to trim to, and then we're talking about trimming up to that satin stitch. So you might have just a little bit of the organza left in the edges, but the great thing about that is that it is super sheer, so even on the edges of the satin you shouldn't really notice it. And we have some that are kind of here too that you can see. These were the no-show mesh?
No-show mesh.
Yeah, so these were done with no-show, not even a wash away, and you can tell even when trimmed kind of tight there, you might still see tiny little bits of it, but you really can't tell that it was done on no-show. And they sometimes give a different hand feel for when you're making them. I know the kinds on wash away, they can get stiff if you don't rinse the stickiness out of them. So if you want them to have more like moldable shape, maybe do them on a wash away. If you want them more soft, flexible, we have that no-show mesh tip for you.
So I did go ahead and cut out some with the wash away. You just gotta trim.
Clean them up a bit, yep. Get our scissors. I'm gonna set this down again, Catherine. Catherine's behind the scenes being our camera girl today. Woo! Shout out to all the hands on deck. Hello, Ruda in Oklahoma. And Mavis, oh, she loves the flowers. Yes, we do too. Lori, good morning from Arizona. I forget you guys are 3 hours behind. It's still early there. The afternoon here, and it's hot in Charlotte. We're telling you, we're sitting in this room. If you see us wiping our faces, it's because this camera room is toasty.
Real toasty.
It's real toasty. Good thing the flowers aren't real. They might wilt. I'm wilting.
I know I'm glistening a little bit.
We glisten. We don't sweat. That's what the ladies love to say,
We're
right?
fancy over here.
We're fancy. So while she's trimming, she's cleaning up those little threads. Another great tip I want to mention to you guys is I don't have fire with me on hand, but a studio tip that we use a lot of times is to take fire or a lighter and to singe the edges of anything freestanding or lace designs like lace flowers. Obviously, fire is dangerous, so we want you guys to be careful with it. Don't use it without being safe. Don't use it around too much fabric. One of the great tips we see for studios, they have little candle tea lights, and they'll leave that on a safe workspace, and then they'll take their tweezers and kind of run the flower over the flame, keeping some distance. So great method to use if you don't like holding flames and don't want to touch the lighter kind of deal. But my opinion does the best in cleaning up those stray threads, because obviously with bobbin thread and stitching, you're always going to have some little hair threads sticking out, which is what Josephine's cleaning up here, but they were a wash away file. So once you've cleaned them up, they look a little more like that. So that's what she's working on right now. And again, if you just tuned in, we were talking about really great Mother's Day projects. I'll just keep recapping throughout the video as we go. And we're discussing the flowers from our beautiful Signature Series book by Stephen Wilson, Anita's founder, CEO. So he did this beautiful series of dimensional, almost lace-like flowers. They have like a lace element to them, but they're not see-through. They are filled in with stitching. And they're beautiful. They're freestanding. You can make all kinds of art arrangements. We have so many different flowers, and in the book it does label like the different species of flowers. It shows you all their file parts together. So if you've never done 3D flowers, this is a great one. My first insider tip, I'll tell you more about the giveaway later, but I'll tell you ahead of time because I always give my live people who tune in a little extra info. We are starting a sale tomorrow, not today, and tomorrow we'll be starting Florals on sale for 20% off through the weekend, so very exciting. We're talking about flowers all week, so perfect time to build your shopping cart and then go check out tomorrow when you've decided the ones you like.
And you have 2 weeks to get them.
Yeah, you can get your Mother's Day things ready, so super cute. So we got our flower center here. And then we got our little first set of petals. And she's trimming out the second one. Should I trim anything, Josephine? Do you want any help?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and cut out the other...
The no-show mesh one?
The no-show mesh one.
That's what I'll work on, all right. And we thought this would be cool because a lot of times stitching flowers, you're just sitting and watching the embroidery while we talk. So at least in this one, we're constructing something. So bear with us while we trim out, but I think you guys will be really impressed. Do you want to tell them what you went to the store for today to pick up? Because we needed some items to make this project other than the flowers.
And picked up the floral foam, which I left on my
you left it? Oh no. Catherine's going to grab it for us, so we'll be fine.
Do you want to get water too?
I'm okay. I'll be fine.
No, I meant for the wash away.
Oh, yeah. Do you want her to grab water for the wash away? Should we do the wash away live, you guys? I think we should. Yeah. Grab a bowl with some hot water out of the water
thing. The foam is over by Sean.
You'll be good.
Okay, I'll leave that camera on.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll stay on the front camera while we have Catherine help us out. So she's going to go grab some water so we can actually do a rinse for you guys. I said we'd do it later, but why not? Because we don't have the machine in here. And I feel like every time we rinse 3D things or flower things, people are like, what? Who have never done it before. So
I think it's really cool.
It is really cool. We don't have a super great place to dry them, but you'll get the idea once we rinse them. All right, so I got my flower center trimmed. How you guys doing? Good morning from Gibby, Australia. Hi, Heather. Thank you for tuning in with us. Lori, she said, good morning from Arizona. What can they be used for? Oh, Lori, these flowers can be used for so many things. Our theme today is a Mother's Day bouquet, which will show you how we're going to assemble that, but you could really make these flowers and put them on pins or brooches. We were talking to Steve the other day about these 3D flowers on hats. Guys, It's almost the summer season. You can make really cute summer hats.
You can even make magnets with them once you...
I love that idea.
Yeah, you just place a little magnet right on the back.
Yes, so I actually secretly have done that with butterflies that have been turned in and were not kept here. So things that you stitch out or embroider and are like, what am I going to do with this? Grab a little magnet, dollar store, glue it on the back. Now you have some freestanding embroidery magnets you can put on your fridge. That's a fun project with them. Obviously, we're doing a bouquet idea. So you'd have to stitch several flowers, but I think when I was telling Josephine, my favorite part is how they stitch in one file. So if you pick your flower, you just run that flower's parts and then you glue them together.
The other cool thing about these flowers is that they are labeled on top of each other, so you know which one goes down first.
Yes, that's an excellent point to bring up that I forgot about.
The letters right in the inside.
Yes, Catherine stepped away, so we don't have our phone camera, but you can kind of see in the middle, there's some writing on the petals. So in Signature Series flowers, they're kind of labeled with a 4A, 4B. So then when you go to assemble it, you'll know exactly how to put it together.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we got our craft foam and some little wooden, almost like chopsticks, dowels with skewers. They call them bamboo skewers. We had Josephine run to the dollar store, so really this costs nothing, except your time. That always costs something, right? We can't rule out the cost of time. So while she's doing that, I'm going to keep trimming these flowers out. Again, the rinsing method would be quick. So I'm trimming because I have no-show mesh on these flowers. So I don't want people to be like, why is she trimming if you could just rinse them? So I want to make sure I'm clear that I'm doing some on a different stabilizer just to show you guys that they can be done on both kinds.
And when you do cut out the one on the no-show mesh, I would cut away at the organza fabric.
You do it in layers?
Yeah, you can either do it in layers so that way you have more of the no-show mesh underneath. But I actually just washed these. I cut it right to the satin stitch and then I washed them. It was still going to give you that form on the inside.
Nice.
So I'll go ahead and start cutting these out.
All right, yeah, you can use those snips.
Didn't mean to reach over you.
If you guys have questions about 3D things, let us know. I have some other collections pulled off to the side to talk about as well if we needed to go over some other great gift project ideas and just some pretty floral things. I'm actually going to use, nope, I don't have my other snips. So we are trimming flowers for anyone that's tuning in so that we can create this really cool bouquet thing that we're crafting up for Mother's Day. It's not a design you can buy online per se, but you can design all the elements are purchasable is what I'm trying to say. You can buy the flowers, you can buy the plant cozies, and we're just combining two releases and kind of showing how you can make a really cool custom project for someone that you care about. Plus the beautiful thing is flowers, they naturally wilt or die. These will last forever.
Forever and
Forever. So you could give them to mom or like I said, any special mom or mother figure in your life. And she can keep them up year round or put them out every spring. Something very cool. They like keep flowers. I think all ladies truthfully love getting flowers, unless you have like a severe flower allergy. Then maybe you don't love flowers. But most people, from what I've heard, they're like, there's not a woman that says I don't like getting flowers. So why not make some that she can keep forever? And they're also embroidery, which is really cool because how often do you see embroidered flowers? We're also, oh my gosh, Lori said, how might one make a baby headband for a baby?
Oh, how cute. That would be
Lori,
adorable.
that's such a cute idea. You could definitely hot glue some. I just hit my own glasses. You could glue some flowers. And like I showed earlier, we have like smaller petal sizes too. We're doing the bigger flowers here. But you could do smaller or even omit some of the layers. Like you could stitch a whole flower and then say, I just don't want to use the base file. And kind of make your own little custom ones. And then you could glue them or even sew them onto like a little headband or baby beanie, baby hats. Man, I want to put some on my beanies. Some flower designs. All right. And these are the only two we're trimming, right? I don't want them to think we're trimming the whole video. We're just trimming out the yellow and the white flower, and then we'll kind of show you with the other flowers we have here on the table, the whole concept. So do you want to fill them in on what we did with, we had Matt help us with the skewers, but what we did to them so they can do it at home?
Yeah, so I just kind of went to the dollar store and bought some bamboo skewers, and I hot glued 3 of them together just to kind of
make them thicker,
make a little bit bigger. And then I had Matt, who works in a warehouse, spray paint them green for me. And yeah, so then after we're done putting the flowers together, these will be our stems.
And that was genius because we mentioned sticks and like a foam center earlier, and then Josephine's like, why don't I go spray paint them so they're green? And I was like, yes, thinking above and beyond, because then if you see the stems, it's not like just wooden sticks in there. It'll look more like plant leaves and stems. So very cool idea. This is why we wanted to show you, because I'm like, we haven't done anything like this in a while, and it's a really fun, easy DIY project. The only thing you got to sit and do is run the flowers, but once they've all been ran, spend a day trimming them out, and then you can glue them and make your little 3D bouquet that we're going to show you how to assemble.
This would be actually fun to do with kids, too.
Yeah, this is, if you trust them with their scissors. They could sit or wash away. Yeah, I keep forgetting because I'm sitting here trimming, but we do have the wash away kind. Did you have one on wash away you want to rinse, or are you just going to trim one out and then rinse it once it's tightly trimmed?
I brought the water.
Yeah, I'm going to rinse it once it's cut.
That's our other big tip. If you're new to 3D flowers or things that are water soluble, stabilizer based, we love to say trim away as much of that wash away stabilizer as you can, because it tends to get goopy in the sink. And I love seeing the comments. Every time we do wash away, I see people saying, you're going to clog your sink drains. Well, we like to rinse in a bowl, and then make sure you rinse it with super hot water when you are rinsing or flushing it down anywhere. That way it doesn't clog any pipes or drains. But I can truthfully say, my whole time ever working here, we've never had an issue with wash away clogging anything. And we wash a lot of stuff, y'all. Yeah, knock on wood. But all those 3D flowers and little like flowers Steve does all get washed here at Anita. So we haven't clogged any drains yet. Oh, you know what another great tip is? Garment bags. I bet you they don't know that tip. We deal with so many freestanding and lace things here that I forget the common things that we do with them. But when we're rinsing, we have like a mini washer. So obviously if you use your own personal washer, you don't want it to get sticky. But if you're rinsing in the sink, and let's say you have little bits you don't want to lose, like smaller flower pieces, when we do lace things on studio side, they're sometimes this tiny, and you don't want to lose them in the sink when you're rinsing. So if you get one of those garment bags that you can do your delicates in, like brassieres, bras, panties, those little mesh bags are perfect to rinse freestanding things in. And then you won't lose any of your pieces, and you can like kind of squeeze and work all the stickiness out of it. So top tip for you guys.
Top tip.
Top tip. Lori said great stem tip on those. Hello from Sacramento. Oh, she's working on the cozy comfort wrap. That's a fun one. I haven't seen anyone say they're doing that one in a while. Tina, it must be chilly where you're at. Sacramento, California. Is it hot there? She's getting ready for winter. I was like, she's doing that cozy wrap. It's too hot here for me to think about cozy wraps. But great project. Love that. If you guys have questions, please let us know. Just keeping an eye on our comment section since I'm helping man that today. All right, so I got my 2 petals trimmed here. I think I only have one more small piece left. Yeah, I want you guys to like and comment. I have more viewers than I do comments. So I know there's people sitting there behind their keyboard quietly watching us. Just drop a heart or an emoji. Drop a flower emoji. There you go. Give me a flower emoji if you're watching. Even if you don't want to say anything, if you give us a comment, it lets us know you guys are tuned in and that we should keep doing them, because I look at our analytics and decide, is it worth doing a live today? And I thought today would be a fun one because this project has been on our mind for a bit, and Josephine's just been slowly stitching away at it. All these flowers she helped run over the past few days. And I bet you're excited to get this done. Is this one going to your mommy? Don't tell her. It's a secret. Hopefully she doesn't tune in to watch.
I sent her I told my sister to sign in.
See the project we're making.
Hopefully she won't tell her.
It's a secret. It's for Mom. If I could make my mommy one, I would. But I don't have enough time to stitch.
I'll stitch them for you, Melissa.
I'll still appreciate it. Isn't that nice, guys? Let's get you a friend that stitches for you. True friendship. All right, mine is...
me happy.
Me too. I just need more time. We all need more time in the day. I'm sure everyone can agree. There's never enough time to stitch or embroider. I'm not retired yet, so until I am, there's never enough time to embroider because I have to be at work all day. I don't get to stitch everything I want here. I just get to look at it all. All right, my last little flower piece is ready for you, Josephine. So while she's finishing up, I will show you what I worked on trimming. I had the flowers that were ran on 2 layers of no-show mesh, which is different than a lot of our 3D flower or freestanding flower instructions. That's why we wanted to show and talk about 2 different ways. There's wash away, and then there's the cut out no-show mesh way. Even though Josephine is doing the wash away version, we are still trimming the flowers out close, because obviously we don't want that extra organza around the flower, and we don't want all that extra stabilizer to get all gunky and sticky when we go to rinse it or finish it off. So I'm going to set my little pile right here. You're going to teach them their pom-pom trick too?
Yeah, we can actually.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because I saw some stuff here. If we could do a little bloom.
I was doing the tutorials for the bloom flowers.
Yes. So if they haven't heard while she's finishing up, while we're doing this giveaway series for blooms, this design may or may not be coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled on our drops for May. We are still working on them. Obviously, it's May, 2nd, so we just started the month. But we do have some stuff lined up to release for you guys. We're stitching them out now as we speak, and Steve has mentioned that we might or might not be releasing this flower file. So keep your eyes out on that, and you guys can make your own flowers. But in the meantime, I mentioned our flower sale will start tomorrow. And all of our flower collections, if you shop floral, they're broken out. You can shop just 3D flowers if that's what you're interested in. Or maybe quilting is more your thing and you want to make Mom like a little 9-patch or a table runner. That's also quick and easy to do with some of the designs in there, so be sure to check them out. And we also have a Mother's Day section. Our whole website's been revamped. If you haven't checked in with us in the last week or two, Steve announced that we have done company-wide price drops on everything, 29 to 30% off basically on everything, and that's permanent pricing changes. So it's not a temporary sale. So whatever markdowns you're seeing on products, that is their new price. We're just keeping the compare at there so you guys can kind of see that. And then tomorrow there will be an actual sale, 20% off florals is going to start tomorrow. So while you're trimming, I think I should tell them the details of this giveaway. So if you're still on, I see I got 19 people on here. How many people we got on YouTube? I see some more. Hello from Kentucky, Margaret. Hi, Jacqueline. Thank you for the flower emoji. I see it. I see Lori's flower emoji. Oh, she said no, she's making the wrap for elderly folks with arthritic issues. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Working on a mini quilt while I watch. Love the live projects. Thanks, Sally. We love tuning in with you and showing them to you. So while we're waiting on Josephine to finish her last trim, she's going to do the rinse on camera for us too. I wanted to go over our awesome giveaway that we're doing right now. So we're going to throw up the banner on the screen while I tell you guys the details. So I have a phone number up on screen. We are doing a giveaway for the first time ever of one of Stephen Wilson Studios' art pieces. Now this is just an example of one of them. The series is 3 blooms framed in one piece, and the giveaway we're doing is one person is going to win a custom bloom creation. They're valued at $400, so you'll actually get to message back and forth with Stephen Wilson Studio, decide the colors you want. Pull it in a little more. There we go. She's like, you're out of frame. And so you will get to pick a custom color combination, or you can pick from the predetermined ones that have already been created for Studio's drop. So very exciting. But to join the giveaway, it's literally so easy. SUW, so easy. We have a number up on screen. If you join our text list for Anita Good Design, you'll be up to date on all our big sales, any announcements. We'll send them out. We promise not to spam you or sell your number or anything. It's just going to be like very minimal when we have big announcements to come up or something you don't want to miss out on. The giveaway is one of them. So we're going to be doing this regularly every month. Maybe not an art piece giveaway every month, but a giveaway each month of different values and some fun things that you guys just might not have seen before. And this is just a really exciting opportunity. Get a custom art piece by Steve. It will be signed by him and everything.
They are beautiful.
And they are really beautiful. So they have those really pretty dimensional flowers. I'm going to show that off here. Obviously, it's framed in acrylic, so you're going to get some glare from the ceiling lights. But beautiful 4 layers like Josephine was talking about. The studio blooms are done with a laser cutting machine, so obviously the edges are nice and crisp. We have those pretty shadows and layers there of the silk and the twill. And then we have that rounded wooden button piece in the center. It's like a half dome. And I mentioned to Josephine, maybe we can show you guys how that's created in studio too, to give you a little inspiration. But such a pretty piece. I just grabbed one of the colorways that spoke to me. I liked the Anita pink there and some purple. But obviously there's tons of different color combinations, and each center is a different piece of a luxury scarf. So such a cool piece. Obviously you could set it sideways, you could set it vertically. They look beautiful on bookshelves and everything. So I wanted to mention that that is the giveaway. We are doing the drawing tomorrow, probably around lunchtime. So today and early tomorrow is your last chance to enter. So number is up on the screen here, I think right below me. Text us to join the list. It will ask you to confirm with like a yes after it texts you back. But you do that and you'll be signed up, and we won't spam you. We're just going to send you things that are important. So big sale announcements or special giveaways like this. And like I said, we'll be doing this every month. So I'm excited to help give away some fun things.
Yes.
I may or may not choose some quilts and give away full quilts that are already stitched, backed, and bound.
Ooh.
And maybe we can convince Steve to do another art piece later. So we'll see. So we're testing the waters here. But I see some people signing up. We saw our sign-ups list are growing. So we're very excited to be selecting one of you tomorrow to win a custom art piece. And obviously we're going to post and share and announce it. So you'll get to know when we do the winner. Tina wants to know, can we enter more than once? Unfortunately, no. It's coming from a list, so just sign up with your cell phone number, and that'll put you on the list to join. Once you've texted once, you're on the list. You're also going to stay on the list. We're not going to kick you off the list next month when we do another giveaway. So if you sign up, you're automatically entered for our giveaways each month, and we'll keep talking about it every month as we do the giveaways to remind people who have not joined the list. So that's the fun news on that. And now back to Josephine with her project.
I was looking for the center. You see the center?
Did I drop it somewhere?
Sure, where it went.
Which color is it?
Brown.
Oh, yep, there it is. We dropped our flower center.
All right, let me get
There we
this
go.
bowl.
All right, so we're going to show the rinsing part now.
Yes.
So we have our flowers. These are
Water is
still
very hot.
very tacky. All right, we're clearing some space here. We got our hot water. We just have it in a little thermos cup so that it would stay hot during our live. And then again, the flowers that I had were on the no-show mesh, so the edges won't disappear when we rinse them, but we will show Josephine's. And when you're doing it, Josephine, I'll grab the phone camera so we can get a nice close-up. I'm just cleaning up my blooms real quick.
I actually might use this top part to kind of fold over the...
Oh yeah, let them like drape on it.
Right.
That or a spool of tape too. You can do that. So we're talking about draping the flower petals, which Josephine will go over for you. But having a little bowl or a small object you can lay them on to dry helps.
Your tweezers over there?
Tweezers? No.
It's all right.
Nope, you got to use your hand.
All right.
So sorry. Or you could always like stick it in a paper clip.
I'll use the tips a little bit.
All right.
So when you're doing the wash away, I'm actually going to use a piece of plain-
Actual wash away.
Yeah, so you can kind of see.
Yeah, here. Cut a little slit of that off. And just kind of show them how it dissolves.
Yes.
So there we have it. Let me grab the phone camera so you guys can kind of see this live action. You want to do the honors? So this is our wash away stabilizer. I know some people might be like, obviously I know what that is, but there's some new people here who might not know. So we just wanted to demonstrate how the hot water basically just kind of eats it away. It's gone. And so that's essentially what's going to happen with the embroidery. You can kind of see there how it like wets and kind of starts to dissolve. And then if I did it again, it's gone. All I'm left with is that piece of twill. So that's what we're going to do here with these flowers. Sorry, I'm like all over the place with the phone.
No, you're fine.
And I'm going to just man the camera while she's doing a dip so you can kind of see that. So again, we trimmed really tight, and what Josephine's rinsing away is going to be any of the stabilizer left in the edges of the flower. And we don't want to rinse it too much, because if you rinse it too much, it won't help hold its shape. And so you'll notice she's just dipping the edges that she needs to dissolve away. The center isn't being submerged, but you can. Obviously, if we did that, it'd be very wet.
Yeah.
So we're going to just do the edges.
All right. And you can actually feel the
sliminess, yeah.
from that wash away. So you can kind of just
Shape them.
shape your petals.
Yeah, look at that. They get little kinks and curls.
And the way that they dry is how they'll stay.
Very cool. And Josephine's a flower pro because she works on studio. So she can tell us firsthand that she does this all the time to help shape things. I can already tell you. A green embroidery thumb, definitely. It's already looking more like a real flower, too.
I know my finger was green from the paint.
And there you can kind of see that 4B label, too. So that helps you know. Earlier she was talking about how they're labeled. So there is that rinsed piece. And so now we can just kind of set it somewhere to dry. You also have tape if you want to rest it on a spool of tape.
Okay.
I want to give you options.
Let's go ahead and do the other one.
Make sure this glue gun's on. Yep, our hot glue gun is ready. So the other thing we'll need is a hot glue gun and a place to glue. And then we had what we mentioned earlier. If you missed it, Josephine ran to the dollar store, grabbed some bamboo skewers. They're still tacky because we just spray painted them today. Do it ahead of time. But we did 3 together and just hot glued 3 to kind of give them more substantial shape. And then they got sprayed down with some paint. And we're working fast, so that's why things aren't completely dry. Very nice.
But you can actually use a lot of different things around your house for those.
Yeah. 6A. Ooh, dropping flower pieces. Should I just glue this one since it's already cut out? I can go ahead and make a flower for you. Clean up some of that. Make sure we have any questions. Debbie said, I love those flowers. They're beautiful. Yes, we agree.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie. Tammy sent a bunch of flowers and said, I'm here. We see you. I love that you sent them multiple flowers, too. Send me all the flowers. It's very on brand for this week, so. Again, let's throw that number up again, Catherine. I'm going to have you do that throughout the video today. But as a reminder, we are doing our contest giveaway for a custom bloom art piece. You have till tomorrow to enter. And to enter, you just text the number that's on screen. And then you reply, I think it's yes to confirm when they ask you if you want to for sure confirm that you're on the list. And that's just Anita. We're not giving your number to random people or anything. I have to tell them because I know a lot of people will be very worried. They're like, are you selling my cell phone number? No, it's just going to be us texting you. And it'll only be for important announcements or big things that you would want to know about. So like our big giveaway. And I mentioned we'll be doing some more of those. So, all right. Did you trim out what you needed?
I did.
All right. What's next?
So now we're going to mount them. So the good thing, again, is that we have the letters on the
little flower
on
pieces.
the little flowers, so you'll know exactly where to place them.
I'm going to kind of scoot this glue gun closer to you. And feel free to reach across me. What is on my hand? Oh, the twill from the wash away. It's like, what is wet and yellow? And it was the leftover stuff. All right, so we have our little glue gun.
All right, so we're going to start with the first bottom base.
So for my daisy, it is a 6A. I'm pretty sure it goes A, B, C, D upwards. And the way I'm going to do it is just a little dot in the center.
Here,
You going to man my camera for me? And then on A, I'm going to do the 6B. And again, you can kind of customize how you want the petals to sit. I think I want it like that. I like how they kind of stick in the window panes of one another. I also want to show one of the tips Steve showed me once. See if I can get those to glue. The other tip would be, I'm going to hold my finger there. And he sometimes runs lines of glue. And then we'll let it dry. And like kind of give them a shape, if you remember that. That's kind of like what Josephine's doing, but she has the wash away version and I have the no-show mesh. So if you want to kind of add shape to petals when you've done it on a different stabilizer, this would be the technique. Now I'm kind of spreading it thin and I'm going to blow on it, let it kind of dry. and you'll already kind of see how it's making that curved shape to it. So you could do it on all the different petal layers. I could do it on the back layer, but in this case, I just kind of wanted the second layer to stick up a bit. And I'm not gluing it down to the other pieces. You can kind of see the glue still sitting on the flower leaf there. It's just going to dry holding the shape that I put it in. And I can just selectively pick some different petals. Obviously, try not to glue your fingers because it can get very hot. We're using high heat glue guns here. So I'm going to let those kind of dry curled up, and then I'll add my second or third piece. This is 6C. Do a little strip of glue there. Let's see, I'm going to do it this way. And essentially you're just lining up your centers, but like I said, you can kind of rotate them any way you want. I'm just kind of posing some of mine. And then I have my flower center. I think this is my center.
Yes.
It might be another center. It might be for that one, but it's fine.
Yeah, it seems nice.
So we got our yellow center here. A little drop of glue. And now we have that dimensional little white flower. So
Beautiful.
pretty. Isn't that nice? All right, you can set the phone down and you can work on your piece. I'll hand you the glue gun. And then we'll go over how to, you want me to set that over here? I'll move the hot water out of the way.
These guys are still drying, so I'll do the smaller one for right now.
Yes.
Since I let them dry out earlier.
Look at
But
that.
there are 2 different sizes in the flowers. There's, I believe that's the A size.
A size, I think.
And these are the B size. That is really cute.
See, I don't even have it on a brooch. I just laid it there. But if you like that, fashion. Headband, fashion.
And Vogue.
If I had a hot hat, a hat because it's hot, fashion. Very fun, and they're really cool to make.
All right, I'm gonna
So now you're gonna do yours.
So add it right in the center.
Lori said, "Wow." Ooh, Heather Gregg said, "Christmas flowers come to mind." Yes, honestly, that would be pretty with a poinsettia.
That would be very pretty. I know they have some beautiful flowers in there. That's another set that I actually.
Oh yeah, let me
stitched
show
out.
these. Are these also in Signature Series?
They are.
This is another set from that book that we were talking about. Obviously, we have tons of 3D flowers. We're just featuring Signature Series today because these are the flowers that Steve's digitized from Studio, and they are released for Anita to use. So we wanted to show you the closest thing to Studio flowers until we release the set of petals from the Bloom series. So another set that we're not going to trim out today, but I just want to show you. This is how they stitch out in the hoop. So they're different file parts. And again, like Josephine mentioned, I'm going to grab the phone from you, show up close. You would trim these to their, ooh, I got it on Zoom. I don't know how to unzoom. All right, we'll just use the little box. I'll just pull it far back out. But there you go. You can kind of see there how that works. But they have like a little window or a gap in there where you can trim up to the satin stitch, and that would be, this one's on a no-show or a wash away. This one's wash away. I can tell by the little dots on the stabilizer. So 2 layers of wash away, and then we did 2 layers of organza, if you're curious. The instructions for the book should tell you that, so if you're forgetting or you do it later and you don't remember what did they say to do, it will tell you. But again, you can trim up to that satin stitch, and then you can either rinse them or singe them like we were talking about earlier. And so now Josephine's working on assembling the pieces together. And if you're tuning in late, we were making a really cool Mother's Day project. Since we got like 2 more weeks till Mother's Day roughly, we thought this would be a fun DIY and just a cool way to show it off. I love that, so cute. It's like a little daisy.
All right, so we'll go ahead and add some.
Add a strip of glue to our
glue to.
dowel skewer things. Oh, Deborah said you could put that white flower on a wedding table. You could. I know people love doing do-it-yourself wedding arrangements and like table settings. That'd be so pretty if you just did a bunch of 3D flowers and then like laid them as table settings or even as place card markers.
Yeah.
Look at us getting so innovative. Great idea. I'm going to give you a like on that.
All right.
Charles Diaz said, beautiful work, ladies. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you for tuning in with us. Lori said they turn out so cute. I could see them on a pinafore for her great-granddaughter. Yes. I'll hold the flower. Thank you. For me, you shouldn't have.
It's springtime.
It's spring. So pretty. So why don't you hand me the foam and one of the cups, and I can prep that part while you're doing the other stuff. Just needs to fit in the little bowl, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to take our bowl and decide what I need to shave off. I'm probably just going to straight cut. we're going to make a mess in here. It's totally fine. So while Josephine's gluing stems to her flowers, what I'm doing is we took some of that craft or gardening foam that you can do with fake plants and fake arrangements. We have a pot just for like a flower. You can buy it. Again, we went to the dollar store, so all things you can find super cheap, or maybe even just around your house. And obviously square will not fit in the circle. So I'm just going to take the edge of some scissors and trim off some of the foam. We won't see into the cup because the flowers are going to kind of stick out. I'm just packing into it. I'm not making it super fancy because if we do this correctly, the flowers should help cover anything that's in the pot. So, not even making a fancy shape. I just fit it in there, wedged it in. And I'm going to go ahead and stick our first flower that you made me right there. So let's stick it in. And then obviously you can change, I know, one little daisy.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Oh, stop.
Catherine's behind the scenes loving this. So I'm telling you, if you guys don't like it, you're crazy because this is so cute. And obviously we put it in the pot for soil and substance, but we have our plant cozy here. It is lined with that water resistant lining material. And you can stick it in there. Tell me that's not the cutest project idea.
I hope my mom's not watching.
I know, don't look, Mom. And obviously, in my head, I'm thinking, like, when you take some of the flowers, you could even glue them, like, top onto the stem, if there's a way to do it, and then, like, build a 3-dimensional arrangement around the foam. We also haven't cut the skewers down, so you could do different heights and kind of change. Oh, yeah, there you go. Josephine did do one.
Chopped one down.
And you can use all kinds of different flowers. So we have some different ones here, obviously, the Signature Series ones. And then you have files from the blooms, right?
I do. I do have a few files from the bloom.
I want to kind of show those off.
Actually put those together.
Yeah. We'll set our little arrangement here so you guys can see it.
Oh, scoot it back just a little.
Oh, too close. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. That was way too close.
All right. So the bloom flowers also come in that 4 set dimension. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4.
Yeah.
So
the pieces
are done. So these are the silk ones.
Yes, these are done on studio side. And obviously they have a laser cutter to get a nice, clean, crisp line. So
that one doesn't have
it's not glued in.
To it, but
I will show this up close. This is one of the bloom flowers from the art pieces. So you guys can kind of see. And we just mentioned that the little center isn't attached, so you can kind of see the construction there. We've glued these petals together, or Studio did already. Ooh, my hand was so shaky there. It was like, dun, dun, dun. There we go. I just want to make sure it's steady enough. But you guys can kind of see how they have like that laser cut edge. Obviously, you want to just use some fray check or use like twill or a material that won't fray when you trim or cut it out. That's the difference in Studio, is that they get to use the fancy machines to make it, so that would be the difference. And then Steve mentioned on his video how he did these in the past, but they're these little wooden balls. We kind of have some like here. And then this one is one that has like a straight edge to it, and it's been wrapped in a cut of scarf with a little hair elastic, and then it just kind of sits in there. And you got your 3D little bloom. So Josephine also has some of the files here, like the fully stitched versions instead of the like twill version. And I believe Steve was talking about these releasing for Anita soon. So we did stitch some and wanted to kind of show those off as well, so you can kind of get a feel for how the 3D blooms are constructed.
Now, even with the center, I know we did say that we use the wooden balls, but if you don't have those, you can use cotton balls. Which
Genius!
Right there.
So she'll show you how to do that.
And it'll just be a little squishier, but it gives you the same form as the wooden ones. Are these both cotton? They are.
Oh yeah, it's actually firm too. It feels like it's a hard one. Here, I'm sorry, Catherine. I'm grabbing the phone camera like a million times today. But this is what Josephine's saying. If you don't have the little wooden balls that we bought online or in the craft store, you can just take some cotton balls and some hair elastic and wrap them. And these are actually just tufts of cotton. And then those can sit as your flower centers as well. So you can still get that same dimensional look, but doing it on your own with whatever you got on hand.
Correct.
You want to put that purple one together and show them that one?
I sure will.
We can use this little yellow or orange center.
So
I kind of want to try my hand at making one.
Have you done one before, Melissa?
I have not made a pom-pom flower, so you know what? While she's gluing, I'm going to try making one.
All right. One thing I will tell you is that when you're holding, when you're putting the fabric around, don't twist the fabric.
Don't twist it.
Just hold it really tight at the bottom as you're tying it with the rubber bands.
See, we go to Josephine for top tips. All right, so let's see. A little cotton. You can grab that glue gun. I know I'm sitting in the way. And is there a rule of thumb for how big you make them, or do they all vary?
They all
Like, that one's pretty good.
vary. You just don't want it too big.
Yeah.
I kind of try to shape them when I do the cotton balls. I try to shape them as the same size as the wooden balls.
Yeah, I was gonna say try to roll it.
Right.
It's like baking. I feel like I'm making like a ravioli or something. Ever said the flowers are adorable. Martha said if you can't find green bamboo skewers, you can use green florist tape and wrap it around the skewers. Genius!
I was thinking of that too.
Florist tape is a great suggestion if you don't want to spray paint either, because that can be toxic.
I just like to get my hands dirty.
We're messy, creative people. All right. Do you do the elastic from over the top?
I do.
Okay, so that's something else I want to clarify. So I got my little hair elastic here.
So when you do the elastic, you're gonna go 3 ways one way.
3.
Yep.
Like that?
And then you're gonna go 3 ways the other way.
Ah!
And then you're just gonna keep going back and forth until you're out of elastic.
Ooh!
Now, one thing I can say is I give Pat, who does the majority of these pom-poms, a lot of props because my fingers,
I know, the little fingers.
they look like
Only
they were
make one
throwing
bouquet of
gang
them,
signs.
y'all. Too many.
They give you a little bunch of,
Finger bunions.
right.
Or calluses. There we go. I made my first pom-pom, you guys. I'm so proud. And then, of course, you have this little tuft on the end. We can take scissors and just snip it right off. Honestly, I bet you I didn't wrap this elastic enough. I'm going to try it again. One more round. I'm thoroughly impressed the elastic didn't break. And that's how you make your own little center pom-pom. If you want dimensional little poms on your flowers, isn't that fun?
And the elastics are just your hair, like regular hair rubber bands.
Yeah. Again, dollar store, Walmart. I was trying to think of any other superstores that aren't East Coast bound. I was about to say Harris Teeter, and then I was like, that's only near us. Kroger, Publix,
Sally's.
Sally's,
It's
Beauty.
just hair rubber
Yeah, hair.
bands.
Anywhere you can get hair things.
Alright.
So there we got one little pom-pom.
So now that we have the layers glued together,
Pretty. Should I put my pom-pom in?
there you go.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So you're just gonna put a little bit of glue actually right on the edge of it.
On
and
the
then
top layer?
Yes, and then you're just gonna put your pom-pom right inside.
You heard it here first, y'all. How to make a 3D flower. I'm sure my method is not clean. It's fine. This isn't for studio. It's for me.
And then just hold it down until it kind of dries.
Ooh, I got my finger there. That glue's hot. Yeah, there's a hole on the back, you guys, so don't press your fingers together. I went to press it and I was like, ooh, that burned a little bit, but it's fine. So hold it like that when you're pressing so that you don't touch the center hole. But there we have it. I think it's getting dry now. Ah, so cute. You want to add a little skewer? Should do it here or on the side? Let's do it on the side. They're kind of all facing one way here. We mentioned earlier you could do these like upright and make like a dimensional bloom, but we're kind of gluing them to one side of the stick. Oh my gosh, this paint. Our spray paint was not dry.
I'm gonna spray paint the night before next time.
Yes. And there we got another. No! My
Try a
glue's
little bit
still
more.
wet. There we go. So you guys kind of get the gist of it. That's our fun little 3D flower project. We won't time the whole day of sitting here and trimming out flowers and to show you, but we wanted to show the concept and then maybe send us pictures if you guys do this project or make a bloom of 3D flowers, any other kinds. Make sure you like and share the video on social media or comment with the flower emoji. Like I said, even if you watch this after the fact, this will live on our Facebook page and our YouTube so you can rewatch it. Again, Josephine had that excellent drying technique. She mentioned laying it over objects. So we had a little spool of, a thing of thread, tape.
Tape.
It's the end of the day and I'm like struggling with my words.
And you can see how it's drying.
Yeah, it's like
still
folding
molding.
over the edge. And you can have the flower petals curl up or down. So lots of different tips and techniques today on how to do them 3D flowers. We also went over the fact that the giveaway we are doing will end tomorrow. And Josephine, have you helped make some of these yet? The blooms? Just the flower parts?
Just the flower parts.
So some of the flower pieces, but assembly happens in a different station. So we've been looking at them all week, all month. We're excited about the drop this week, and we want to give one of these away to you. So make sure you text the number on screen to enter. You also can sign up at any point later tonight. We will be doing a drawing around lunchtime tomorrow, so if you're a straggler, make sure you put your name on that list before we do the drawing, and we will announce the winner tomorrow as well. So stay tuned, we're very excited, and obviously, again, like, share, subscribe if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this. Did you have fun today, Josephine?
I did. I love art.
This is so cute already, and there's only 3 flowers in it. So like I said, the idea is make a whole bouquet of the pretty, like, 3D and fun flowers we have. We have other floral collections. I pulled some samples, and we never got to them, but I think this was just too fun to change the focus of. So again, we will have a floral sale starting tomorrow. So if you're watching live today, you know first that flowers will be on sale starting tomorrow. So if you like any of these, add to cart, and then be ready to check out tomorrow when they go on sale. And the flowers we were stitching today are from Stephen Wilson Studios' Signature Series number 3 book. We have 5 different volumes of Signature Series that all have beautiful artistic versions of embroidery that you guys can try to make your own custom creation. And again, shout out to the cozy pot flower vases things. So super cute. Yes, very cute. So Mother's Day around the corner. You'll be seeing us post some more Mother's Day and floral things. And be sure to text the number on screen or text Anita to subscribe to win. If you missed the video, it's on the homepage of the website. So be sure to sign up and stay tuned to see who our first art giveaway winner will be tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in for today's Stitch Out. I hope you had fun with Josephine and I. Happy stitching. Had fun with Josephine and I. Happy stitching.